Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today we're in the data center and we're gonna be, well, I'm almost done moving over here from the awesome Lenovo X3650 Model 5 over here with the disk array down here, which is outside of view. But yeah, almost done. I have behind the screen, I have that well, it's a Hewlett-Packard Cloudline CL3100 Generation 3, and we stuffed 100 terabytes of hard drives in there, but it wasn't enough. I'm missing like 2 terabytes, a little under 2 terabytes. I think I'm 15 plots or something that I'm missing space for. Here is all the tier plots on the Mega Drive. And I'm missing everything beneath here. There's one, oh, that's not a plot. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm missing. This is the last drive that I've copied to. It's a 3 terabyte drive. If you saw the last video, well, we can see it in here. I have one 14 terabyte hard drive, a 12, a bunch of 10s, 2 4s and 2 3 terabytes, and combined it's 100 terabytes. But yeah, it exactly wasn't enough. We are missing a little bit over a terabyte. So we can see that all the drives are filled up, but there's well, there's like 60 gigabytes here that it can't use, 77 here that it can't use, and 91 and 26 and 64. So there's a bit of waste because I'm just copying to one drive. Those large drives was really quick, but these smaller ones, that was really slow. And the smaller the drive was, the slower the write speed was on it. So the last ones, well, they took a while. So my evil plan to get this to do is just to go around the back and pop this USB SSD in there. This is a 1.92 terabytes, and I hope that the last 16 plots can be on there. So we're gonna do that. Okay, I popped it in and nothing happened. I have all the drives here, but well, I don't get any new drives. Oh, we better check Disk Manager again. It takes a while with all those drives. Yeah, there is nothing new in here either. I have just gone through it and it does not pop up. I have also tried and disconnected and connected again. There is another available slot in the server itself, so I'm gonna go and remove the drive again. We're gonna put it in this drive cage and try and stuff it in there. So let's see. That way. And there's some plastic keys. Some holding keys. And then this thing. Yeah, this is a real shitty system. Oh, I actually got it now. Okay. I'll go and try and pop this in. I don't know if this is hot pluggable, but we're gonna do it anyway. There it is. Got it. Morten's SSD. Haha. Got you. And we'll do a bit of a rename and start the copy. And we're off. So, oh, it started out so good. Yeah, it's gonna get up again. It's just it used the buffer up real quick. So let's see when it finds itself. Okay, so we're moving along here. 420 30 megabytes per second is really good for an SSD. On the spinning drives I saw sometimes 10%, maybe 12-15% of that. So this is quick. Okay, cool, it's done. It's has copied that over, and I can now shut this down again, and that is really nice because it's rather loud. So let's do that. Oh, this is planned. I'm planning to shut this down. So here is the Hewlett-Packard Cloudline 1U server with the 12 internal 3.5-inch hard drives and the now 2 internal around the back 2.5-inch SSDs. But that was actually not what we're going to be doing today or working on. We're going to be working on the awesome Lenovo X3650 Model 5 over here which is in control of the storage box down here. This box down here, it has 70 3.5-inch hard drives in there, and right now it's running with the X3650 Model 5. It's running Windows storage pools, and I am not very satisfied with that. It has only been giving me trouble and disappointment. Also, I found that my good network card in there, I had a lot of issues in the video trying to get that up and running, and I found out that I was an idiot, which is nothing new. I am going to be trying to put in this card, which is a SAS Expander. So you put in one SAS connection into it, and you get a lot of SAS connection out of it, plus 2 external SAS connections, and all of this is 12 gigabit SAS connections. And yeah, I want to put that in, so we're gonna shut that down as well and get to work. So here that is. I think we will go, now that I have copied all the stuff off of there, I think we should delete the disk pools in here. So this has given me nothing but trouble, so I'm gonna get rid of it. So we're gonna delete the mega pool if we can. We probably have to do it in stages. So do we have volumes? We can delete the volume. That would be mega volume here. It's 100 terabytes, and even though it's 100 terabytes and has 8 terabytes free, the 100 terabytes in the other machine was enough to copy that over. So okay, deleting volume. I have to delete the shares and the SCSI virtual. There's no SCSI virtual disks, but well, I have to delete the share that is on it, which I guess is this one. So we can stop sharing. See if that's enough. Let's try and delete it again. Now we get to delete it. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, that is gone. So now we can go to storage pools, and then I think we can delete the mega pool. Maybe. Let's see if it will let me. It will. Okay, that is gone. Mega pool. Oh, it still sees it up there. But it is gone, isn't it? Yes. Can it keep deleting it? Okay, now it's gone, and we just have a lot of available drives, and that is good. So I'll shut this down as well. It's turned off, and the cable has been unplugged, so it now comes out of the rack without any issues. And we can take the cover off. So last time I messed with this, I messed up, and I did it over here. This is a special riser card. It has the ML2 connection down here, and I couldn't get that Lottie network card to work, this one, and yeah, editing Morten found out what was wrong, because this riser card only works over here, it doesn't work over there. So yeah, we're gonna fix that today. We're gonna take the new network card out. Yeah, that was an all-day video trying to get that up and running. I have forgotten. I have taped them a little bit here. I think we're gonna reuse this tape, but first let's pop the card back in. I see that it goes in the bottom slot. Oh, I need to take this rubber things protective, so yeah. There. It's very nicely marked here which one is port number 1 and which one is port number 2. This is often you don't find it that good, and it's a real problem when you're working on a system and you need to figure out which you have used. So I'm gonna put the tape back in because I like the airflow to go through the electronic components and not just out the back. So okay, this one goes in over here then. There's nothing in that one, so we'll pop that over there. Now we need to remember to pop that in, otherwise it's not gonna work very well. And then we'll pop that one in here. And I think we will get some very much better results doing that. Then I have an HBA here, and we're gonna be replacing this one. It's a 6 gigabit HBH that goes out the back, SAS 92078E. So yeah, and there we're gonna pop in this SAS Expander instead. On the system board down here, there's a rate controller, and a very nice rate controller. It has even been expanded with a cache controller there. So this card, it's stuffed with good things. I can take just one connection from down here and bring it up to this SAS Expander, and it will expand it. Let's say that I put it in here. That's not actually where I should put it in. I should put it in over here. It's just this one is more like it. It can then expand 4 SAS connections going in here, and I can get 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28 and 32 SAS connections going out of the server. It expands quite nicely. It has 2 power options. You don't actually need it to go into a computer. There's also a power option to just power it from an old PC power supply, Model X connection there, and you could just pop the connections in and pop the connections out, and it should work. I'm not going to test that, but it should. But we need the 2 external connections to go down to the dash, so therefore I picked this specific model which can do that. Plus it's just really cool. So I will make sure to leave a link in the description to this card if you want to go and check it out. And we'll put it in right there. And we'll lock it in place. Will we? I guess it's locked in place. But now we need to take the connections from the rate controller. First bring the connections over here, and then take the connections from over here and bring them around the front. We need some cables for that, and I've cheated and ordered them ahead. And well, these are internal SAS connections. I probably only needed one, but we have 2, so let's use both of them. I think it might be easier to mount this when the card is not in the slot, so we can see it better. So this is a dual connection down here. There. And I checked last time I had this open, the cables are long enough, so that's good. So I think we want those to go in. Okay, I'll just pop them in there. That's the drives that goes to the front of the server. A little bit stiff, those cables. Then we need to unwrap the new ones. I would have liked some shorter ones. They were not available. This was the shortest ones that I could get for a reasonable amount of money. I think they're pretty good. They look pretty good. So we're going to connect those. Yes, see, there is port 0 and there's port 1. And those connections will go over to this board, where we'll put them in 1 and 2. Oh, this is, what is it? It says it somewhere. Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then those 2 are among them. So let's just pop those in. It shouldn't matter which one is in and out. It will figure that out itself. Very smart card. If it doesn't, we'll get back to that and figure out why it doesn't work. So, bloody stiff cables here. Oh, by the way, this server has just gone out of warranty. It had warranty until the 23rd of November, and today is I think it's the 4th of December, so it's just out of warranty. So yeah, I shouldn't break it. That will be expensive now. That's gonna be real exciting to see if this works. So if this works, what it does is that these drives in front of the server will be on the same RAID controller, physical hardware RAID controller, as all the drives down here, the 70 drives in the Hewlett-Packard D6000 DAS box. So I can have the RAID controller manage all of that instead of this software thing that I am not impressed with. So we can power it on now. And it's going to be exciting to see what it comes up with. If it's happy with me or if it thinks I'm a bad guy now. Okay, someone forgot to plug in the keyboard and screen. I will have a serious talk with this guy. It's very unprofessional to try to do video and not show anything. So yeah, we're working on it. Okay, we're still working on it. It probably has a few drives to figure out, so it might take a bit longer. It's not as if it's with that HBA it wasn't quick or anything, but okay, number 20 is red. I have never seen that before. Okay, I need to see what's going on with that. This looks pretty nice that it lights up the hard drives. It has, well, now it has taken 2 minutes. Let's hope it figures it out soon. Okay, we have a bit of success here. It sees it sees a lot of network cards in here. The server has 4 Brocade 1 gigabit Ethernet cards, and there's the first 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are 1 gigabit. There. Then it has an IBM USB remote something that we don't really need or care about. Then it has 8 QLogic. The network card that we put in there is a QLogic card, and it has 8 of those, and that's because this network card can do virtual network connections. So each of those connections in the back will bring you 4 virtual connections inside the operating system, so you can do VLANs and stuff on those connections, and you can bring those out of the server and connect it to VLANs. It becomes a little bit messy when you look at it. We get a lot of connections here. So I have connected, I believe number 1 here is one of the 4 gigabit network. I believe connection number EM1 is one of the 1 gigabit Brocade internet connections, which it says here. Then connection 11, 12, 6 and 7 are the 10 gigabit Ethernet card that I put in there, and those are the 4 virtual connections that are available there. So yeah, a little bit messy, but it works. It is connected to the internet. Here is all the connections, and it looks good. It works. I didn't even have to do anything, it just worked. So that's nice. Also, as you might be able to see, it booted up. So I believe we are actually booting on the NVMe drive in there. We could just check that. There, yeah, that's just about all it sees. It sees a 500 gigabyte NVMe drive. So it doesn't see any drives at all. So we do have some issues here. The MegaRAID SAS adapter in there, which is the SAS Expander. Well, I think it needs something. I've been looking at the documentation for that. It's actually an Adaptec card that is in there as a SAS Expander, but I think I only need to use 1 port. Maybe I was wrong and you can't use 2 ports for the input to the card. So here we are again. The first port over here should be the port that is for the input, and the second one might not be good to have that in. So we're gonna try and not have that in. There, see if that might be confusing it. Okay, that actually helped. Oh, fatal, it doesn't like the drives in the array down there. But it sees the SSDs that I have in front of the server, so something is working, which is always a good thing. So I'll go in and check what it sees in the MegaRAID storage adapter here. Hey, this is way better than expected. It was very unhappy with me when I just came in here, but I found that all of these errors down here, more or less, as I fixed drive number 20, it was marked in here as bad, I just told it that it was good, and then it shut up. I don't know if that's a good thing to do, but well, it definitely helped. And if we go into physical drives here, it just lists all the drive. I just went through it. There's not one single drive missing down there. It goes, it even sees the D6000 there, and it goes from slot number 1 to slot number 35, and I looked, they're all there. And well, that disk shelf down there is in 2 units. You take them out. Should we just see that? We better. Well, sometimes I come across somebody who has been lazy and haven't been watching all of my videos. So there's like 2 drawers here. Each of them has 35 hard drives. In this one, if we pull that out, the drives are there, and there are 35 of them. It goes further and stops. And it makes a lot of noise when you do that, because it needs to cool the drives. And it does that by telling the fans to run faster. So, and the other one is exactly the same. It's just another drive size. Over here we have 10 terabyte drives, and over here we have 12 terabyte drives. All of these are 10 terabyte and all of these are 12 terabyte. And if we go down, we can see that it ends. That's one of them, and that one is the other one. And they're even in the right order. I was lucky to plug the cables in the right order. So the last tab is logical. What a RAID controller does is that it sits between the drives and the operating system. So what you do on a RAID controller, you tell it how to present the drives to the operating system. So it takes all the drives and it does stuff with them, and it presents the operating system with a virtual volume. So all of these are how that is configured. So there is a drive, and that drive is part of a virtual volume and stuff. So we need to take all these 70 drives and configure them into virtual drives. So I am running into some hardware limitations here. The RAID controller that I have in here, which is the M5210, it says it's up here, it has a limitations that you can put 32 hard drives in an array. 32 hard drives in an array is quite a few. So we're not gonna do that, but we're gonna do it almost as unsafe. So I have 35 in each of the 2 enclosures, so I need to divide that up, and I'm just gonna put 18 drives in one array and 17 in the other array, and then we have divided each of the enclosures up to 2. So let's try and do one of those, see if we run into trouble. We might. Create virtual drive. Symbol. I think we will have to do the advanced. I'm gonna go with a RAID 5. I'm gonna be putting tier plots on here. If it all goes away, it's not gonna be the end of the world, even if I just spend a week copying it over. So RAID 5. I could go with RAID 50. It just means that it will take the number of drives that I put in there and it will divide them up even further. So yeah, RAID 5. Data protection disabled. Okay, I don't know why that is disabled. I don't like why it's disabled. Nothing we can do about it. Start picking. One. Do I? Oh, damn. 2. Can we pick 3? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let's see if that goes over there. And let's just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and no more. I haven't actually done this before. I always do it from booting the server or in the BIOS. Create drive group. Next. So we can call it something here. Virtual drive 5. It's gonna be 155 terabytes. We're gonna store very large files on it, so I think we might go with 1 megabyte. strip size. Always right ahead, right back. Okay, create that. Yes. So we have created the first one, and there is no more space. I have no idea why it thinks that we can do any more. So next and finish. Drives has been successfully. Cool. Then we need to make the other one. Let's have a look at what symbol says. Symbol 5. I don't like it. It doesn't tell me what I'm doing here, so let's cancel that. Are you sure? Yes. Advanced. And then we're gonna go for RAID 5 again, and we're gonna add the rest of the 10 terabytes there, and we're gonna go over there and we're gonna count them, make sure that there's how many? 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and no more. And that's gonna be virtual disk number 6, and that is gonna be 145 terabytes. And we're gonna set this one to 1 megabyte as well, and create, and yes, and next, finish, and success. And now I can do the same thing with the 12 terabyte drives. Yeah, I'm sure this is getting tedious. We still can't use data protection, but 18 drives, add, and over here it tells us the slot number here, and it starts from 1, so if the last one is 18 we're good to go, and I didn't miss any. It looks good. Create, next, drive group 7, that's gonna give us 185 terabytes, and we're gonna go up to 1 megabyte. Now we're gonna create, and yes, and next, and finish. And I'm just gonna fast forward the last one. So now we should have some big logical drives in here. Down at the bottom here. Number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 8. But I think that Windows Server 2019 should also see them now. I would expect that they are at the bottom down here. And they are. Okay, we have something here. One of the drives remembers what it had done in its previous life. We need to wipe its memory. So do we need to go into storage spaces and delete that? We'll check that. I forgot to record. There was a red exclamation mark on this, and I right clicked and I reset drives. I think that might have just fixed it. Disks. It doesn't see the individual disks in here because the RAID controller does not present it with the individual drives, and it sees it as disks in here. There's some SATA disks, and then there is some big storage array. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it adds up. Let's see if we can. It's gone in here now, so now we can do stuff with our new array. So we could just take the first one here and make a simple volume out of that. All of the space, please. M as my PlayHouse. Next, and we are gonna call that volume 6 is 158 terabyte. 158 terabyte. Unit size. I think we can go with. I think we'll go with 1 megabyte as well. it's really big files, so hopefully it's gonna save something somewhere. Next, and now we have a blotchy big drive on here. So I just turned on the Hewlett-Packard Cloud line again, because now I have enough space to copy all the tiers back, and I have space to expand that when it's done copying all the tiers back. I don't think I want to divide. I could go in here and tell it to span all of these, but I didn't exactly have a good experience with spanning stuff. So we are on the noisy cloud computer. I made a share on the 158 terabyte drive over there. So I'm gonna start the copying of tier back. So this is the 14 terabyte drive on here. So let's try and select all and copy that over and see how that goes. It starts really well. That's about the speed that the hard drive can do. Cool, it worked. I now actually have the option of deleting those other virtual drives that I put in there and just have one virtual drive, and I could take the hard drives out of the disk shelf down here to preserve power and put them back in as needed. In the video we just configured everything. It's more interesting to do that than just being a little bit more conservative and saving power. I would do that in real life. I would make an array and then I would give it the amount of hard drives that it needs, and then every time I'm about to run out I would add a drive and expand the array. Of course, do it a little bit before I need it. I don't really want to build something gigantic like this and have it do nothing for a really long time, but it is more interesting for video purposes to see me juggle around with large amount of hard drives. So but I wouldn't actually do that in real life. So just so you know that I would like to promote Bargain Hardware for once. And if you don't know, Bargain Hardware sells a lot of second-hand enterprise equipment. So if you want something enterprise to play with, definitely check out bargainhardware.co.uk. And especially if you are in the UK, they are a very good supplier there, and they give you a top-notch service over there, so I can highly recommend using them. And if you use the coupon code, checkout code, MyPlayHouse, small letters, you get 5% off of your purchase, and it is an affiliate link, so I will also be laughing all the way to the bank. Other than that, I'll say a special thank you to my patron who helped me get that Lenovo SAS Expander in there, which is actually produced by Adaptec, and I'll be sure to leave some links in the description so that you can go check that out. It's a really cool card, and well, internal and external connections, and you don't actually need to put it in a server. You can also put it in a PC, or you can just put it in a storage box, and you can connect a external connection into the storage box, and you can have all the drives in the storage box, and you just need a power supply to supply that Model X connection in the bottom. That would have been a really interesting video to do as well. But my patrons helped to sponsor that card, so thank you very much. And if you are a patron of mine, I would very kindly remind you to go watch the Patreon videos that I post to you every Sunday, because I can see that some of you are not watching those videos, and I would like you to do that, so you get something for your money. Thank you. Other than that, thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.